You know, there was a 10-year period when there wasn't supposed to be gain-of-function research other than special permission. During that period, though, Anthony Fauci kept giving exemptions. Some of the exemptions were given to the Wuhan lab. So yeah, they were taking coronaviruses, the backbone of it, and mixing and matching S proteins from other viruses to create brand new viruses that didn't exist in nature. And we think that's what was going on when COVID was created in the lab. And so DNI Gabbard has released and confirmed what we've been saying all along, that not only was this done in China, she's now released that there's 120 biolabs in 30 countries. And as you recall, anybody who talked about there being any biolabs in Ukraine was roundly condemned and vilified as a conspiracy theorist, but it turns out that it's true. And we're going to get into each of these individual labs, look at the experiments, and we're going to reveal if any of them were gain-of-function research. Now, the establishment wants to say nothing to see here, animal vaccines and this and that, but there's a difference between an animal with human lungs and a regular animal. So we'll see what kind of research they were doing. What they were doing in China was taking a virus and running it through a rat, but a rat that had human lungs. So as the virus gets infected into a rat with human lungs, you are training the virus to become more able to infect humans. It's called serial passage. And that's what they did in China. And that's what in all likelihood led to this pandemic. But we're not done with it yet. We announced yesterday that we'll be subpoenaing Anthony Fauci to come in to testify for us. There was a grand conspiracy, and he's at the top of it. From the very beginning days in January of 2020, he gathered the most famous virologists in the country together and asked them, do you think this came from nature or do you think it looks manipulated? Every one of them said it looked manipulated. They were 80% sure, 90% sure, some were 50-50, but they all thought there was a great deal of chance that this was manipulated in the lab. But these same scientists, after one meeting, one phone call with Fauci, were convinced to flip their position and write a paper called Proximal Origins, in which they said there's no plausible way that this came from a lab. So privately, they all believed one thing, publicly they said another thing, and a month later, at least one of them got an $8 million NIH grant signed by Fauci. Coincidence? You decide.